Are you tired of the constant back and forth between diets and food advice?
Yeah.
Don't eat fat, it's terrible for you. No, carbs are the real enemy, but carbs are the main source of energy for the brain. Back and forth, it's enough to make your head spin. But what if I told you that there's one simple truth that ties it all together? It's been around for centuries, and it's just as relevant today as it was then. You are what you eat. Hold up, before you bounce, let me explain to you what I mean by this. The quality and quantity of food that you eat directly affects your health, both physically and mentally. Every time you reach for that Miss Vicky's chip bag or those Mike and Ike's, you're making a choice about your health. Imagine your body as a top performing skateboard. Just like a skateboard requires the right wheels, the right trucks, the right deck to perform smoothly, your body needs the right nutrients to function at its best. Unfortunately, just as old, worn out wheels or a loose deck can make a skateboard less effective or harder to control, a diet filled with junk food can make you feel sluggish and decrease your overall health. As someone who's seen it all from behind the counter of a fast food franchise, the big corporations really don't have your health in mind. They put together anything that tastes good and call it food without a second thought about what it's really doing to your body. Sure, those greasy processed foods taste delicious and they feel satisfying in the moment, but they leave you feeling heavy and drained afterwards. Don't let the corporations win, man. Make the right choices that prioritize your health and your well-being. Alright bro, enough beating around the bush. The solution is simple. Stick to the raw materials and forget about the processed foods. If you can't imagine holding one of the ingredients on the ingredient list in your hand, it's best not to eat it. And really, don't overthink it. It's that simple. What I'm about to tell you is all the advice that I've picked up along the years that's worked for me and that I've seen work for other people. Maybe it'll work for you too, but still take it with a pinch of salt or a grain of rice or whatever thing you want to take it with. Sugar. Avoid having it at night as it can cause insulin spikes that store fat. If you do decide to have it though, have it in the morning because the added energy, you can use it throughout the day instead of getting all that energy at night and then storing it because you need to use it. Carbs. They're necessary, but minimize them if you're trying to lose fat. And steer clear of processed carbs altogether. Also, sometimes when carbs are digested and converted into glucose, the surplus can give you temporary brain fog. Now, I always thought that I was just stupid, bro. I had zero thoughts in my head. It was just blank. Nothing in my head, nothing going on. Dude, I thought I was just stupid. But then I really just tried to research it, you know what I mean? I really tried to research it because I didn't always feel like that. Sometimes I had these surges of just clarity and I'd get so much work done because I knew exactly what I needed to do. But the reason why you got to be careful of eating too much carbs is because sometimes the glucose, the main energy source that your brain uses, it can be too much. And then what ends up happening is that it overdrives your brain and then you just feel foggy. Basically, you feel stupid. And bro, you're not stupid. You're really smart. You're just not eating the right stuff. If you're bulking or trying to gain more muscle mass or more weight, just eat more carbs. That's really it. Just eat more carbs. And although you'll gain more fat, you'll also gain a lot more muscle a lot easier. Protein. Bro, protein is your best friend, bro. Eat as much as you want and eat more if you're trying to gain more muscle. And if you're worrying about how much protein you really should be eating, just aim for a gram per pound of your body weight. And actually just keeping that in mind, not even necessarily meeting that expectation, you'll get enough protein to be strong and healthy. Unga bunga eating. So consider eating like your ancestors did. Just like how different skateboarders have different riding styles, different preferences, hard wheels, soft wheels, different populations have different ancestral diets. But the basic concept is that our bodies are adapted to the types of foods our ancestors ate. For example, if your ancestors were hunter-gatherers, a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, nuts, and meats would probably be best for you, short-term and long-term. And hey, like I said, this is just my advice that may work for you because I've seen it work for other people and myself. But at the end of the day, just listen to your body and eat what makes you feel good mentally and physically. Minimize processed foods and aim to eat whole, unprocessed foods. And remember, if you eat food that you know is junk, you'll feel like junk because you truly are what you eat. And with that, I'm gonna leave you. Stay positive, bro, and have a good night, man. Give me a fist bump.